Hi people, welcome back to the channel. How are you doing? Last week was a doozy, there's no doubt about it. And I'm just curious as to how it was for you and how you're feeling. So I don't know about you, but I just want to kind of tone things down a little bit and see if we can do a calmer reading. Happy triple conjunction. And yeah, it's definitely feeling different. I had so much to bring you last week. There were easily 2 readings that wanted to come out. But I had to give in because the physical effects of this Uranus activation were too much. I've got my eyes back there, which is great. So that took 10 days, that activation. There's massive starseed activation going on, so you'll be waking up all sorts of DNA, and that's going to come through the physical. It's going to feel some kind of way. So my new cards came, and these are they, and I was just kind of asking the deck what it wanted to be, and the first card that came out was the Seven Sisters, which is Pleiades. Lol. So let's see if we can just get what are the, thank you, what are the messages? Right, okay, so here's one of the videos that I didn't get a chance to bring you. Oh, this is from this deck. Right, so this is from this deck. So I was given 4 cards, which were my personal message, and one of them was Pleiades. And then this 5th card was, I'll show you what it was like. This 5th card was sat like that. I pulled it out, and it was Mars. So we've got Mars at 18 degrees today, coming into full alignment with Uranus in Taurus and the North Node. So the great severing. And when I was tuning into the collective energy this morning, the message I got was, whatever you're spiraling in, find a way to let it go. Find your own way to let it go. Because, yeah, Mars wants to sever, but Uranus wants to revolutionize and evolve and bring in these higher light codes. And as I always say, as light comes into the body, it's going to hit every layer of resistance on the way down. And oh, beautiful, look. So the first card out today is the weight of the world. So this is 10 of Wands energy. It's there are some burdens that we must choose and walk with. This 18-9 energy is like the cross of life. What cross do you have to bear? And some crosses we have to bear because we're working on stuff. And some crosses we might have chosen to bear, but they're not part of our story. And so this deep water, actually, this feels like a higher octave of Scorpio energy. So this is accessing our deep emotional self. As always, we're always working on that. So it's asking about boundaries. It's also asking about how we receive. Oh, yes, that's very specific. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. So we're definitely talking about ancestral stories here. And I've always done it this way because I grew up doing it that way. It was what I was taught and yada, yada. But how do you want to do it? What's your unique expression? And here we have whale song. But what's your song? I feel Uranus is saying, but what's your song? What's your, if you sing in this, in the key of soul, what does that sound like? So we took a frequency of sound, and what I'm getting is frequency shift. It's going to force the higher octave out of that lower emotional body. This is like the upliftment of Scorpio. I think we recently pulled the Sweat Lodge card, which is very Scorpionic. And this is a real lifting up. It feels right. So what I'm seeing is a bundle of fiber optics. It's a bundle of fiber optics that kind of splay out at the top. And what this light is doing is it's forcing that bound part open so that we can begin to harness emotion in a new way. And I've recently been speaking about the chemical elements connected to the emotions and how they can actually trigger the inner alchemical process when we don't get buried in them, but when we harness the emotion and use the chemicals to activate the neuroconnectors in different ways, maybe to dig into more courage, more playfulness. So this does feel like an upliftment. Let's do some, you really want to come out, don't you? Let's do some astro cards. There's going to be no astro report this week, guys. We're in 3 major events. We've got the Leo new moon. That's another video I was going to make because I found out the Leo new moon is within a 2-degree conjunction of Zeta Reticuli, which I've never heard of. And I'm not going to bring that. It feels like the boat has gone on that. This feels like a new day. It feels way more refreshing than I thought it was going to feel in that heavy 18-9 energy. I don't know what it's feeling like for you. So we've got the Leo new moon. We've got the triple conjunction happening today. It's going to last for at least the rest of the year. So major revolution, breakthrough. Uranus activating those higher octaves within us. And Lionsgate, okay, which is building up to its alignment with Orion and the Earth and Sirius, spiritual sun. So it's going to ramp, but I feel it's going to ramp in a really beautiful way. So the first. It's gorgeous. The sentence I get from this is feeling at home in the sunshine of your own soul. This is like igniting the flame of the soul within the cathedral that you've been building within here. This is your temple now, and the soul is becoming ignited. We've got, like I've been saying for ages, these the rainbow light body lighting up and lifting everything. Again, high octave, I think, is the message for today. And all of this star code alignments, activations going on. It does feel this uplifting. Okay, this is lovely. There's no heaviness here. Don't really need to speak into that. That's happening today. The North Node alignment, the rarest astrology we'll ever see in our lifetime. And again, look, Virgo, again. That's the first thing I got actually when I pulled that card was Virgo energy. So, sowing seeds of sustainability, and we go back to legacy, don't we? And what legacy are we building? And there's no hurry here. So we've got Mars busy severing what hasn't served us. And with Mars, depending on how you hold Mars in your field, there might be this push to run ahead, Knight of Swords energy, but just steady that energy, come into temperance and check what would motivate me to do this. What am I bringing to that What is that going to bring me? So all that critical inquiry, and just pause. It's okay to pause. I highly guide you to take as much rest this week as possible and really embody this energy. So 44 really talks of building, bringing it in and building it step by step. The cube is a very strong structure. It can also be fixed, and we've got a fixed cross in this current astrology, a grand fixed cross. And fixed energy can really protect something that's valuable, but it can also really resist movement. Wow. Now that's interesting. Okay. So if we go traditional association, first house, Aries, fire. I don't see this laden with fire. I see this. Can I say an evolution? Again, an upliftment of Aries energy, because this is nature. This is bringing nature in. There's so much feminine energy in this. So we have the severing and we have arrival. This is the threshold energy. And how are you going to step over? What's the underlying energy? Pinnacle energy in numerology is about thresholds, is about timeline changes. Yeah, I'm going to say castles in the sky. I'm going to say that, castles in the sky. This is higher heart. Here's that, is this a Leo card then? Here's this Leonian fire, this Leonian Lionsgate coming in. It's like it's bringing dignity back, royalty back, sovereignty back. And there are challenges with these cards to really uplift how we think, to uplift and allow ourselves to evolve. And that involves a lot of getting lost, a lot of getting lost. Oh, beautiful, thank you. What else? What else? It's my word. My favorite word at the moment is equilibrium. And in that divine order, okay, there is the symbiosis. Nothing pulls anything else out of alignment. It harmonizes. So this is embracing difference, the difference of self and the difference of others. (39, 12, 3). 36.9, these are divine blueprint codes. Sextiles, trines and sextiles, 3s and 6s. They're really harmonious conjunctions. It's like they allow more space for new conversations, more space. Oh, I didn't know that about you. It's very gentle. So there's no judgment there. It's very gentle. It's a new conversation. So there will be a new conversation with yourself, and that will really, well. So in this new conversation with yourself, it might feel uncomfortable to allow yourself keys to the castle, keys to your empire. But again, no rushing, no rushing. This is speaking to the emotions. So King of Stars is speaking to me as the King of Wishes. So alchemy is harnessing the how do I feel about this? What's my emotional response to this, and where is that coming from? And it's asking us to master, because it's 5 energy. 5 wants change. 5 wants to burst the container, move into the heart of the 6th, the chalice. So 5 can be quite dynamic. 5 can bring in an awful lot of elements. Look, fire, water, wishes, kundalini, can bring it all in quite quickly. And what it's birthing is your diverse self. So this might literally be the starseed awakenings. Do you remember I said, I think it was the last video, protect the wild and the green? This is the same energy. And this time around, what are you doing to protect the flame of your own soul? What are you doing to protect what lights you up? Stop turning your light down is what I get. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. So we'll do a couple more from here. In fact, let's do a surrender card. That's interesting. The next card off the bottom of the deck is speaking about solar flares. And I saw a headline that I haven't had time to check out, but apparently we had some really big CMEs, coronal mass ejections. Was it last week, which will have added to this energy harvest. My gosh, it was so fast, so fast. Okay, what can we surrender to? Well, it's surrendering old ways of thinking that are going to hold you on a timeline that you've done with. You've already done it. Wandering out into strange lands with nothing but feeling and emotion to guide you. And obviously intuition. Gut response is feeling. Emotion is what links you to your story and your chemicals. Yeah. And when you wander out into strange lands, the subconscious wants to set limits, or the subconscious wants to plan, get attached to outcomes, might even move into a sense of entitlement. Because all of this new revolutionary energy is going to drive out the depths of the ego. the depths of the fearful self, and further disintegrate the intellect as the henchman for the ego. I'm not going to do it, and I'm going to tell you 15 reasons why. And I'm going to justify them with old stories that give them kudos. What if you just let that go and stand in the silence of I don't really know? So catch yourself if you set a limit. It's natural. It's where the subconscious goes. It's healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. And use the no on yourself. No, I won't do that to myself anymore. Anything else? Now, this might be why we set conditional limits. Surrender to joy. No, that's never worked in the past. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Surrender defensiveness. Okay, that's just the intellect protecting. Working with the ego to protect the status quo. Status quo is gone. Surrender to joy. Leap. Here's the pacing card. It's okay to have a ton of ideas. Capture them, draw them, paint them, mold them in clay, make them as a cake, write them down, whatever. But one of the big awakenings, this is why my eyes, I heard of 3 or 4 other people that kind of lost full function of their eyes. It was eyes and temporal chakras. So timeline shifting, third eye awakening. And that takes time and stillness and rest and sleep. So much sleep. Okay. And again, one of the addictions is the 9 to 5 is deliver, 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 achieve, achieve, achieve. And if that all gets uplifted, then that's gonna change some stuff. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So work as a magnet to pull in that king of stars. Go right out, dream big. Beautiful. And we're going to finish with one of these little beauties. So what I prefer to do this week is just to maybe bring 1 or 2 little readings, just to keep it steady. Okay. It's been coming in too fast, too fast. Where's one card, please, to wrap this reading up? 1, 3. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Beautiful. What a beautiful message. So this orange and red, this is base, sacral. Base and sacral, security and safety and creativity and sexuality and passion. Let go of everything that's held you back. I make that sound easy, don't I? But be aware when you're in a thick old stuck energy. Because being with that is to grow courage. Being with your emotions is to grow courage. That's how we grow courage, and we harness the emotions. This castle energy. New beginnings. That's it. That's it. Beautiful. Okay, my beautiful people. Thanks for being here. Welcome new subscribers. I see you coming in. Thank you for your comments. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.